In 1972, two women walked through the streets of Milan, a city known for its prominent role in the fashion industry. Milan was a hub of both traditional and modern styles, reflecting the dynamic cultural and social shifts of the era. Two Calgary Highlanders stand by the Bow River before departing for World War I, humorously depicting Canada's equipment shortages. With too many volunteers and insufficient uniforms, makeshift clothing became common, highlighting the challenges soldiers faced as they prepared for deployment. Drive-in movie theaters, popular in the mid-20th century, offered a unique social experience, combining entertainment with the intimacy of watching films from cars. Couples often visited these theaters for both romantic and recreational purposes, with drive-ins symbolizing post-war American leisure culture. The Human Statue of Liberty photo, taken in 1918 at Camp Dodge, Iowa, features 18,000 men preparing for war. This image, created by the soldiers forming the shape of the Statue of Liberty, symbolized patriotism and unity as the U.S. mobilized for World War I. Lionel Walter Rothschild, famed zoologist and eccentric, made headlines by arriving at Buckingham Palace in a zebra-pulled carriage. This striking act demonstrated his belief in zebra domestication and highlighted his unconventional approach to animal study, cementing his legacy in natural history. The image shows a barrage balloon being raised at Camp Tyson, Tennessee. The lower fin, filled with gas, slowly ascends from the ground. These balloons were used during World War II to deter low-flying aircraft, creating an obstacle in the sky. Lieutenant Colonel Drexel Biddle was recognized for his demonstrations of unarmed combat and disarming techniques, particularly against soldiers armed with bayonets. He was instrumental in training military personnel, especially during World War II, emphasizing physical readiness and self-defense in combat situations. The Ghost Army was a special unit in World War II tasked with deception operations. They used inflatable tanks, artillery, and vehicles to create the illusion of a large military force, misleading German forces. In response to the Ghost Army, Germany also deployed inflatable decoys to mislead the Allies. However, these German efforts were less successful, as their decoys lacked the realism and sophistication of the Allied inflatable tanks and equipment, reducing their effectiveness in deception operations. The Hafner Rotobuggy, a hybrid of a jeep and helicopter, was tested in 1943 for use in rugged terrains. While innovative, the vehicle was not successful, failing to meet expectations. The design was ultimately not adopted, and it remains a curious piece of 1-2 experimentation. During World War II, the Soviet Union trained dogs to carry explosives, intended to detonate on impact with enemy tanks. The animals were often trained to run under tanks, but the strategy had limited success. Many dogs were distracted, and the method was inefficient. Nazi troops in the Arctic not only fought Soviet forces, but also had to contend with polar bears. The extreme cold and scarce resources made survival difficult, and polar bears, which posed a threat to soldiers, added to the challenges faced in this harsh environment. Photos of Nazi soldiers posing with fake polar bears remain a curious, unsolved mystery. The images, featuring soldiers with either taxidermy or artificial bears, seem to have been staged, possibly for propaganda. However, the exact origin and purpose of these photos remain unclear. The 2000 skunk ape monkey photos, taken by an anonymous woman in Florida, sparked debate. While some consider them genuine, others suggest they are hoaxes or misidentified escaped primates. The creature in the photos resembles the E.T. Bilu figure, popular in Brazilian cryptozoology. This image was circulated online, particularly in dark web communities, with its origin unknown to many. It was later identified as a scene from the 2000 horror film Coven, which portrays occult rituals. Mad Jack Churchill, renowned for his audacity during World War II, captured 42 German soldiers in 1941, armed only with a broadsword. His bravery and unconventional tactics earned him the Distinguished Service Order. Churchill's legendary actions highlighted his unique approach to combat. During World War II, Nazi forces used German shepherds in various roles, such as sentries and attack dogs. They were often deployed in military operations, particularly for guarding concentration camps. These dogs were trained to assist soldiers, acting as loyal companions and efficient protectors. In 1940, a Chinese soldier in Burma was photographed with a monkey during World War II. This rare image captures a moment of unusual companionship between the soldier and the animal amidst the conflict. It reflects the unpredictable aspects of life during wartime. In February 1940, a photograph captured a young boy eating ice cream on a sea mine washed ashore at Deal Beach, Kent. The image reflects the stark contrast between the everyday life of civilians and the dangers posed by unexploded mines during wartime. A photograph from around 1900 shows a koala feeding itself with a spoon in Australia. The image captures an unusual moment of the koala using a spoon. This 1908 photograph captures the Long Island Motor Parkway, Vanderbilt Parkway, with the Manhattan skyline in the background. Opened the same year, it is recognized as the first U.S. road designed exclusively for automobiles, marking a significant step in the development of automotive infrastructure. William Hope's spirit photographs, like the one depicting an elderly couple with a ghostly figure, were part of early 20th century spiritualist practices. While initially believed genuine, many were later exposed as staged, using techniques like double exposure or hidden images. William Hope, known for his spirit photography in the early 20th century, captured portraits that allegedly depicted supernatural entities. These images blended folklore with photography, sparking discussions about the existence of spirits. Many of Hope's works were later exposed as manipulated. In 1916, museum staff and archaeologists were photographed assembling a dinosaur leg, part of paleontological efforts to reconstruct fossilized specimens for display. The image illustrates the meticulous work involved in preparing and mounting dinosaur fossils for scientific study and public exhibitions. A cheerful woman gleefully rides a tiny bicycle, embodying humor and whimsy. Her playful gesture transforms a mundane moment into a celebration of joy, reminding viewers of the charm in life's small, unexpected delights. A rare 1894 photograph of Udi, a young Kiowa girl, stands out for capturing her warm smile, an unusual feature in 19th century portraits. Her joyful expression defied the era's somber photographic norms, offering a glimpse into her unique spirit and cultural heritage. New York City in 1917, after a snowstorm, shows streets covered in snow. Pedestrians are bundled in winter clothes, and horse-drawn carriages traverse the snow-covered roads. The towering buildings form a contrast to the tranquil winter scene, embodying the city's charm amid a snowy pause. A 1898 photograph shows a child with prosthetic legs, highlighting early advancements in prosthetic technology. The image reflects the medical innovations of the time, showcasing efforts to improve mobility for those with disabilities, which were evolving in the late 19th century. The Hexagon House Hotel, built in 1895 in Mineral Wells, Texas, was dismantled in 1959 for its materials. Constructed from cypress and heart of pine wood, it featured hexagonal rooms, spiral staircases, and distinctive stonework crafted by English masons. The Golden Gate Bridge, under construction in 1937, is seen in this iconic photograph. This massive engineering project, aimed at connecting San Francisco with its northern counties, was completed after significant challenges. The photo captures a pivotal moment in the bridge's development. The 1969 photograph of Jimi Hendrix and Mick Jagger backstage captures a rare moment between two of rock's most iconic figures. The image reflects their collaboration within the music industry, as both artists were influential in shaping the cultural landscape of the late 1960s. The photograph of Martin Luther King Jr. with Marlon Brando was taken during King's 1963 visit to Los Angeles, where he participated in a civil rights rally. This rare moment captured King alongside Brando, Paul Newman, and other notable figures supporting the civil rights movement. The photo of Albert Einstein and Charlie Chaplin was taken in 1931 during the premiere of Chaplin's film City Lights in Los Angeles. The two legendary figures from different worlds of science and entertainment met in Hollywood, and their brief interaction captured the public's attention. Bruce Lee, in addition to his martial arts prowess, was also an accomplished dancer, particularly excelling in cha-cha. In 1958, he won the Hong Kong Cha-Cha Championship at just 18 years old. Dance was a passion for Lee, which he practiced with dedication. In 1983, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates shared a moment during a lighthearted Apple event, showcasing their early collaboration. However, their professional relationship soured when Gates launched Microsoft Windows, which Jobs saw as a direct imitation of Apple's Macintosh interface. The photo of Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee together was taken during the filming of Way of the Dragon, where they faced off in a famous martial arts scene. This image represents the meeting of two martial arts legends, each influential in their own right. Steven Spielberg is photographed on the set of Jaws, where he created cinematic history. The film, known for its groundbreaking effects and suspenseful storytelling, marked a turning point in the film industry, setting the standard for blockbuster movies to come. A famous photograph shows Bob Marley, Mick Jagger, and Peter Tosh together, capturing a rare and iconic moment. The image highlights their friendship and the intersection of reggae and rock music during the 1970s, as both genres influenced global music culture. The photograph of Muhammad Ali knocking out the Beatles was staged in 1964 when the band visited his training camp in Miami. It was a playful moment captured by photographer Chris Smith during their interaction, combining humor with the rise of both figures' fame. The 1966 photograph shows a behind-the-scenes moment from the Batman TV series, capturing actors and crew during production. This snapshot offers insight into the creation of the show, which became widely recognized for its distinctive style and portrayal of the superhero. In December 1977, Bill Gates was arrested for driving without a license and failing to stop at a stop sign in New Mexico, USA. This incident occurred 2 years after he co-founded Microsoft. His mugshot became well known, often referenced in Microsoft-related imagery. In 1974, during a flood in Ontario, Canada, a policeman was photographed guarding a pharmacy. This image captures the challenges faced by emergency personnel and businesses during natural disasters, highlighting the need to secure vital services and resources amidst extreme conditions. A 1939 image from the Great Depression shows a mother and her baby, part of a displaced family searching for stability. Reflecting the widespread poverty and displacement of the era, it symbolizes the resilience of those enduring one of America's most challenging periods. In 1966, astronaut Eugene Cernan captured one of the earliest space selfies while aboard the Gemini 9 mission. This photo was an iconic moment, showcasing the vastness of space and offering a glimpse of the astronaut's helmet reflection. A gripping 1900s staged photo depicts a Klondike Gold Rush saloon dispute. A man in a fringed leather jacket grips his revolver while arguing with a seated gambler. The scene reflects the era's raw tension, desperation, and danger, mirroring Alaska's untamed spirit. A charming glimpse into the 1890s shows a general store, reminiscent of what might be called a Walmart of its time, bustling with intricate details and personal connections. Grocers knew customers intimately, offering a level of community and service rarely found today. Sunlight streams through the vaulted windows of New York's Grand Central Terminal, illuminating the bustling main hall below. This iconic space, with its celestial ceiling and majestic architecture, remains a symbol of urban grandeur and a timeless hub connecting travelers across the city. In 1943, children in New York City were photographed saluting the flag while reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, embodying national unity during World War II. This poignant moment reflects the wartime spirit, with young Americans contributing to the country's collective effort in difficult times. In the mid-20th century, archery gained popularity, fueled by films and media. As outdoor activities surged, more women joined sports, promoting gender equality in athletics. Archery particularly saw increased participation, helping challenge gender norms and advancing women's visibility in competitive sports. A shopkeeper stands patiently awaiting customers in 1950, capturing the essence of post-World War II commerce. During this time, stores were more intimate, with owners often knowing their customers personally, unlike the modern shopping experience. This period marked a significant shift in retail culture. The washing machine, introduced in the early 20th century, revolutionized household chores by reducing the time spent on laundry. Prior to its invention, laundry was often done in communal washhouses, lavoir, in European villages, highlighting the shift in domestic labor with the machine's emergence. A late 1800s family portrait shows individuals in formal attire, often reflecting the era's fashion trends. These photographs were common in middle and upper-class households, serving as lasting mementos of familial ties and social status during a period marked by specific cultural and historical norms. Princess Diana, born Diana Frances Spencer in 1961, became Princess of Wales after marrying Prince Charles in 1981. She gained global recognition for her charity work and public image, particularly advocating for AIDS awareness and landmine removal. Diana died in 1997 in a car accident. The photograph of young Istvan Reiner, taken just before his execution at Auschwitz in 1943. This haunting image captures a moment of innocence lost during the Holocaust, serving as a painful reminder of the atrocities faced by Jewish children during World War II. Frederick "Uncle Fed" Messer reportedly lived 114 years, spanning 3 centuries. Born in the 18th century, he experienced the 19th and passed away in the 20th. His longevity remains a fascinating claim, though historical verification is incomplete. This early 1900s photograph features a young girl posing alongside her loyal dog, both exuding a strikingly similar thoughtful expression. The image captures the timeless bond between humans and animals, making it a cherished relic of simpler, heartfelt moments from a bygone era. Suzanne Valadon, a French painter, was the mother of Maurice Utrillo, a post-impressionist artist. Born in 1865, she began as a model before becoming a respected artist. Utrillo, born in 1883, gained fame for painting Montmartre scenes, influenced by his mother. Women grocery shopping in the 1960s reflects a pivotal era of consumer culture. Supermarkets expanded rapidly, offering a wide range of pre-packaged goods and frozen foods. Shopping carts and self-service became standard, marking a shift in convenience and efficiency for household provisioning. Ruby Bridges, a symbol of the fight for racial equality, became the first African-American child to integrate a white elementary school in New Orleans in 1960. Her bravery during a time of intense segregation marked a pivotal moment in the American Civil Rights Movement. A mother and daughter ride a motorcycle sidecar in the 1910s. The vehicle represents the technological advancements of the time, enabling greater mobility and independence. This photograph highlights the growing accessibility of transportation during the early 20th century. St. Enoch Square in Glasgow, circa 1914, was a bustling area featuring churches and the St. Enoch railway station, established in 1876 and later demolished. The nearby subway station, opened in 1896, retains its original ticket office, which now hosts a popular coffee chain. Easy Street, 1917, is a silent comedy film featuring Charlie Chaplin. The tramp character becomes a policeman in a rough neighborhood. Through physical comedy, he tackles criminals and disorder while offering subtle commentary on social issues like crime and poverty. A group of energetic boys, brimming with enthusiasm, gathered together. Perhaps they were singing a popular tune, a catchy melody that echoed their youthful spirit, or maybe a song of their own creation. In 1958, guitarist Duane Eddy posed for a portrait in New York City. Known for his influential instrumental rock music, Eddy's unique sound, characterized by his signature twangy guitar style, helped shape the genre and earned him widespread recognition during the late 1950s. The 1900 photo shows the original Kaiserpalast in Dresden, a symbol of imperial grandeur. The 2024 photo, however, features a different building in the same area, showcasing modern architectural design. This comparison highlights the shift from historic to contemporary styles in the city's landscape. In the 1850s, Westminster Abbey stood proudly, with Big Ben in the background still under construction. The iconic clock tower, part of the Palace of Westminster, was nearing completion, marking a significant moment in London's architectural history. The famous photograph of 16-year-old Ned Parfit, taken on April 15, 1912, shows him holding a newspaper announcing the Titanic disaster. Captured outside the White Star Line's office in London, this image symbolized the shock and disbelief that followed the tragedy. This photo shows a group of American soldiers in Normandy who were awarded the Bronze Star or Silver Star for their actions on D-Day, June 6, 1944. These medals recognize their bravery during the invasion of Nazi-occupied France, a significant moment in World War II. Captain Noel Godfrey Chavasse, known as the Doc, is shown resting with his stretcher bearers in Flanders in 1917. A decorated British Army officer, he was awarded the Victoria Cross twice for his bravery in World War I, often tending to wounded soldiers under fire. The Canadians who fought in the Battle of Hong Kong in December 1941 endured intense resistance against overwhelming Japanese forces. After holding out for 17 days, they suffered heavy casualties before surrendering. The surviving soldiers faced brutal conditions as prisoners of war, enduring forced labor in Hong Kong and Japan until their liberation in September 1945. During World War II, the Women's Royal Naval Service utilized women as motorcycle dispatch riders, a key role in delivering vital messages and orders across Britain. These riders braved difficult conditions, including the Blitz, delivering information in the midst of bombing raids. The ancient theater of Epidaurus, built in the 4th century BCE by Polykleitos the Younger, is renowned for its acoustics and symmetry. The theater, which could seat 14,000 spectators, hosted performances dedicated to Asclepius, the god of healing, and remains a marvel of ancient architecture. Mrs. Miki Sawada, granddaughter of Mitsubishi's founder, is photographed in Los Angeles with 6 GI babies on their way to Brazil. These children, abandoned by American soldiers and Japanese women, were often rejected in Japan due to their mixed heritage. The 1903 photograph of Times Square in New York City captures the early stages of its transformation. Workers can be seen amidst scaffolding and machinery, marking the start of the development that would eventually turn the area into a commercial and entertainment hub. In 1920, workers at Bethlehem Steel posed atop a 16/50 turret designed for the USS Massachusetts BB-54, a South Dakota-class battleship. Bethlehem Steel was instrumental in manufacturing such naval components, highlighting its role in U.S. naval production during World War I. In the 1930 photograph, a police officer rides a motorcycle with his dog, showcasing an early use of animals in law enforcement. The image highlights the integration of animals with vehicles for efficiency in police work during the early 20th century. In 1903, Train 97, the Fast Mail, was delayed and failed to navigate a curve, resulting in a derailment at Stillhouse Trestle near Danville, Virginia. The incident highlights the risks associated with railway travel during that period. The photo of the Statue of Liberty's face, taken before its journey to the United States, shows the iconic sculpture's head during its assembly in France in 1884. This image highlights the statue's intricate details before it was disassembled for shipping to New York. The last known photograph of the Titanic was taken on April 12, 1912, 2 days before its tragic sinking. Captured by Jesuit priest Father Francis Brown, the image shows the ship as it departed Queenstown for its ill-fated journey to New York. This photo of a man seemingly caught by a big fish likely marks a milestone in early 2000s digital editing. As photo manipulation gained popularity, such images became viral, showcasing the growing influence of internet culture and digital tools, blending humor with visual shock value.